Hello, reckoners of the internet. It is that time of the month again. Sort of, almost. It's still early in February, right? Where I go through the records I bought in the last month. Let's talk about it.
Six in the morning.
So, if you've been paying attention, and I don't believe you have, because why would you? Because who cares? I always normally do videos where I show you all the records I bought that month. And I'm sure one day my wife is going to use these in a divorce trial as to why she needs to get away from me. However, December did not have one because I only bought 3 records in December and it didn't seem like it was worth my time or yours, quite frankly. So, let's go with the records I bought in December. The Appleseed cast. Word I'm going to butcher. Saga Martha. I don't know. Is that right? I don't know. It looks like a Sanskrit sort of word. I don't know. So this is a reissue. I used to have the original, and then it started going for a lot of money, so I sold it, of the Appleseed cast. Appleseed cast is sort of an emo indie-ish band from Kansas City. This was a record store day, Black Friday. See, I got this. It's quite beautifully packaged. It's on nice colored vinyl. I bought this and the next 2 records from my friend's shop called Out There Records in Buffalo, New York. And this is a lot of money, and now it's less money because they pressed a lot of these for some reason, like 5,000. I don't know why they would think they needed 5,000 of this, but that's what they pressed. And my buddy's shop is new, and so he's trying to get into carrying record store day releases, and so I said, hey, grab that for me, I'll buy it. But now you can get this on Discogs for like 15 bucks. So check out the music, you might like the music, and buy it. That was a long time spent on one record, holy cow. I also picked up this record from my buddy's shop, Johnny Thunders, So Alone. I have never gotten into Johnny Thunders, and I might never. Interestingly, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see this? Can you see this? Can you see this? Mastered for Vinyl by Kevin Gray. Manufactured at QRP. So if you're not aware, this came out from Drastic Plastic, which is a punk label that a lot of times uses Kevin Gray and QRP. So they're essentially audiophile punk pressings, which is pretty phenomenal. The only problem is that they're usually pretty limited, and then they go out of press, and then you cannot find them. And so this record is brand new, and I might never listen to this because this probably will end up going for $100, and I might just sell it because why not? I also got this from his shop, The Hated. This is from the Numero group, which I don't know. I like their aesthetic and all, but like this is the back of the record, and then this is the front of the record, and it seems like that should be the inverse, because this is where I don't know. And then it's gatefold. It is on, I think they call it bone-colored vinyl, but it is just white. The Hated were in sort of one of the earlier sort of emo bands, but if you were to hear this, you would be like, that's not emo at all. They sort of sound a bit like Husker Du, and then I believe this is their discography. There's a lot of like throwaway stuff on here, so I don't know, but whatever. Now, on to other things. I got this because the Rev was talking about, on one of his videos, where he was talking about Pharaoh Sanders with one of the guys from Rocket from the Crypt. I don't know if it was one of the cool members of Rocket from the Crypt or if it was like their trumpet player, probably their trumpet player. So I picked this up. I got this for free with my points from Universal Music. whatever their website is called, where I buy lots of stuff because they often have 40% off sales. So I got this for free. This is something Chatty Cakes put out, and that Chatty Cakes didn't want to put out. That, okay, fold. Let's do it. Let's do it. So it's, I would say it's fairly accessible jazz. It has some yodeling and like wailing, which is kind of not something my wife likes to hear. She is not a fan of this record, to say the least, but there you go. I got this because of the rev. I bought this from a local shop. This is Iron Maiden Killers, the first US pressing. My brother subjected me to a lot of Iron Maiden as a child, and I hate them. And I saw this for like $16 there, and I was like, that seems like a good deal. Let me try to get into Iron Maiden, because my life isn't difficult enough than trying to get into music that I objectively have an issue with. But I'm going to try. This thing, I need to, since it's a used record, I want to put it through my ultrasonic cleaner before I actually subject it to my record player. Another local shop was having a 50% off sale. And so I got a bunch of records from them. Starting with this, Gaye Bykers on Acid, the Nosedive EP. If you're not familiar with the Gaye Bykers on Acid, and I would assume most people aren't, I'm only familiar with them because they were in Thrasher magazine a lot. They, when I was a kid, this came out in 1987. That is about the time I first got my subscription to Thrasher, and this band for some reason got a lot of shine in that magazine. I don't know why. They're not that good, but whatever. It sounds like music in a 1980s skate video. I also picked up this Devo record. This is not my favorite Devo record. I didn't know this record until I bought it. I am a convert, I guess, to Devo. This has a poster and is on gray vinyl. Let's pull out the poster. What in the actual hell is going on in this poster? I don't know. So whatever that is all about, I don't know why you'd want to hang that on your wall. Maybe I'll float that by my wife and see what she thinks about it. This is now like a map I will never be able to fold properly again.
I did!
Then the printed inner sleeve. I'm sure at one point you could have sent $23 for an action vest, whatever the hell that is, but you know, time has moved on. This is on gray vinyl. So the only song I knew off of this was Through Being Cool, and I think that's for good reason, because there's really not really any other good songs on this record. This record kind of not great. And it sounds bad too. I don't know if it's the pressing or the recording or what. It's Rhino, so that's pretty hit and miss. And then finally from them, I picked up Throbbing Gristle, Journey Through a Body. This is the recent Mute reissue on gray, also gray, but a cooler looking gray than that one. Printed inner sleeve. If you don't know who Throbbing Gristle is, look at that, that's so cool. If you don't know who Throbbing Gristle is, you're probably better off not knowing who Throbbing Gristle are. They were maybe the first noise band ever. They invented the term industrial music, although to hear them, you wouldn't call them an industrial band. You're not like, oh yeah, that sounds like Nine Inch Nails or whatever. I'm sure Stunty loves Throbbing Gristle.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times.
Pick this up. Funk Pimpin'. Subatomic. Limited edition. This is number 115 of 200. If you don't know what Funk Pimpin' is, and why would you? as you can see here, it's Del the Funky Homo Sapien and Kool Keith. So Kool Keith raps on one of these songs. The rest of them are rapped over by Del the Funky Homo Sapien, and Kool Keith does all of the production on this. All the beats, all the music is Kool Keith. It is on this really thick, like this is past, I don't know, this is thicker than 180 gram vinyl. I would say that if you're into Kool Keith, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, I would try to find this sooner than later because it just came out. I think there was 2 pressings of 200, so 400 copies is not a lot for Kool Keith and Del the Funky Homo Sapien. This is good. I would totally recommend picking that up. And then finally, and maybe least importantly, Blue. Blue is a rapper, probably from California. He has that California sort of vibe. He's sort of in the kind of chill sort of rap. This is the color Blue. I only have Blue in Exile, whatever that first record is. And so I saw this, and it was on sale, barely, at Get On Down, and I wanted to pick that up, so I put that in my cart too, so I didn't feel like I was wasting money on shipping. This is okay. It's not the greatest thing ever. I mean, I'll probably listen to it occasionally, hopefully. But that's it, guys, and gals, and furries, or whatever, I don't know, however people are identifying themselves these days. I will have videos here and here and here of previous months, so you can see what else I get. All the other money I waste on records that one day my wife will throw in a dumpster when I'm dead. Stay tuned for that. Have a good day.